Welcome back, Summoners, to the GPL Summer Split. My name is Wolf. On the casting desk with me will be Chris. We are into the picks and bans, I believe, so let's take game number 2 away because we will have IGL Legends face off against the Saigon Jokers.
That's right, and of course we did see them both in action in last night's broadcast, where we actually saw Legends almost giving Taipei Assassins a run for their money there.
Yes.
And we did see the quadra kill from BBTY, which was something that he was very excited about and saying, absolutely worth to go up against the big boys of the Garena Premier League and the Saigon Jokers as well. And actually, if you look at the starting lineups for Legends over here, Han will not be playing today, unfortunately. It will be Frenzy who will be subbing in his position.
That's right. So, IGL Legends here, they have a big roster of players, they do. And they can, you know, kind of swap out their players whenever some of them might not be performing to expectations. Han, being the recent addition to the ISG lineup, you know, honestly hasn't been performing in the GPL all too much, and, you know, maybe the nerves have gotten to him, maybe he needs to get used to the environment here
Could be the
Singapore.
language barrier as well.
Maybe it's the language barrier as well. But let's talk a little bit more about the bans and picks here against ISG Legends and the Saigon Jokers. So it's going to be Kale, LeBlanc, and Jax for the side of Legends, and of course, Kassadin, Twisted Fate, and Brom for the side of SAJ. Once again, mid-lane-centric bans. We're not going to see Jax, a crazy top laner, Brom being picked away as well as a ban, and of course, Lulu gets through. No surprise that Legends decides to pick that one up.
It's not a good day to be a mid laner today, Wolf.
Nope.
Yeah, not at all. And going with the most flexible of picks here, which is Lulu, I believe might be going up to the top lane, and we can maybe hope to see something like a crazy Yasuo pick for ISG Legends.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, sorry to kind of cut you off because I just kind of remember that Frenzy really does play quite a bit of Lulu in the lanes as well. So he's no stranger to that champion, and, you know, coming back once again, playing at this level in the GPL, I mean, he will try his best to perform if he does manage to pick a comfort champion such as Lulu.
Yeah, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they go for something like a Yasuo once again. We did see them pull that off you know, a couple of weeks ago as well, and we might see the literally actually come out before the 4.10 you know, that changes actually hit in. So he's just literally it's just gonna be as annoying as it was before. But taking the Lucian pick away from Jokers is, I think, a very important one, because Archie, he likes to play those AD carries that can reposition themselves. Taking that away from Archie is going to mean that Legends would have a much bigger control when it comes to the team fights, because sometimes Archie can get himself caught in a very awkward or very peculiar position. If Legends is going to be able to, you know, just latch onto that and then take advantage on that, they would have a very good fighting chance against the Jokers here.
Yeah, let's kind of talk a little bit more about the Legends 2 pickups before we get into the Saigon Jokers lineup. BBTY loves Lucian.
Yep.
That's one. Slayer, previously known as Rehavane, plays a extremely scary Nidalee in Southeast Asia or in Singapore. He's a monster on that champion.
I like the way that you just wordplayed on that, just call it Middley. Yeah, I like that fish. I mean Wolf.
So let's, you know, with the comfort picks here by Legends and of course the Middley here by Slayer, let's take a look at what Saigon Jokers had to respond to that. So they pick up Thresh and Lee Sin, very strong support and jungler combination. And, you know, Archie, you know, going with the Twitch pickup, you know, one of the flavor of the month AD carries, and of course now Nixwater picking up the Rise. We'll have to see whether that goes into the mid lane or in the top lane, because Saigon Jokers has the flexibility to move that one around.
Yeah, actually a very interesting choice for Nixwater over here. Haven't seen Rise being played all too often in the mid lane even, so I guess in that sense, Saigon Jokers still have the flexibility to move Rise up to the top lane, but hold on now. Jarvan now coming in on the side of ISG Legends, and not only that, the Sona as well. And I believe in the timing, yeah, in the timing when we had that short break, you had a lot to ramble about our muse Sona over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not new, but the thing was that in the match in which, like, you know, Score and in which Mana played Sona, he was so pissed off. I mean, I would feel pissed off for him as well. I mean, in that match, if you guys go and watch the OGN VODs, Mana landed 2 crescendos.
Yes.
That landed. Because, I mean, it didn't land at all. The hitbox seemed like it didn't manage to pick up that one, and he was so pissed off that I think, you know, their team actually forced a, what's the word? They forced a pause. They were like, no, this cannot be. This has to be a game-breaking bug. And the cameraman kind of panned over, and, you know, the Twitch was kind of not within the range of that crescendo at all. But yeah, quite surprised that we will see here. I mean, even after all that has happened, hopefully, you know, this, you know, magic mirror tricks will not happen again. These illusions will not happen. Let's take a look at what the Saigon Jokers have in their lineup. Finally, Olaf. This is very Season 2-esque, don't you think so, Chris, this game?
I was about to say that, speaking about anger, we have the angry Viking now in the game as well, with Goni now channeling Olaf up in the top lane.
It's very Season 2-esque. I mean, Rise looks angry half the time. Fresh here looks angry all the time as well. I don't know, Twitch, if I was as smelly as Twitch, I'd be angry all the time.
If you're as smelly as Twitch, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, so...
Thank you. I know I smell quite nice.
So anyway, I don't think Twitch is in Season 2 as well. I believe back then it would be something more of like an Alistair or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have Jarvan, Sona, and Olaf back again. It really feels very Season 2, Season 3-esque. But anyway, interesting comps, interesting lineups coming into this game, and which lineup do you actually favor? I mean, IG Legends have picks in which they are extremely comfortable with, like I said, Nidalee, BBT1 and Lucian. And of course, we have the picks coming in from the Saigon Jokers, a little bit different from what they usually play. The Olaf in the top lane, we have the Rise in the mid lane by Nyx Warner, and of course the Twitch being played by Archie. Like you said, Archie likes to play the champions in which he can kind of have that maneuverability around the map, and Twitch is not one of those champions that gives him that maneuverability.
Yeah, and you were asking me which team composition that I like better in that one. I was about to say that if Goni went with the pentakill Olaf, then I would have definitely supported the Saigon Jokers matchup because...
Wait. You're saying that pentakill Olaf is better than Brolaf? That goes Bromacia!
Yes.
Yes.
Essentially, because you know, ever since the release of the Pentakill album, it's almost like a daily routine for me to at least listen to some of the songs. And my favorite track is Lightbringer, by the way, guys. So if you haven't checked out that track, please do. It's an awesome album, produced by Riot Games. I know it's some shameless advertising, but whatever, it's still by Riot anyways. So anyway, coming back into this game, ISG Legends now going up against Saigon Jokers, a very you know, I think a weighted matchup for the most part for Singapore to go up against one of the top teams in Vietnam, and of course Legends looking to make the mark once again. And let's see if BBCY can score the quadra kill again in
maybe
this
even
game.
a pentakill this game.
Yeah, the
we'll
pentakill.
Have to see. So before any of these actions starts up, let's take a look at what ISG Legends have on their side of the map. It's going to be Frenzy in the top lane playing Lulu, but before that, ooh, BBCY gets hit by the hook, and then we see Rune Prison coming in. BBCY, you're not going to escape from that one. Archie picks up the kill. That's going to be first blood to the marksman now. Slayer going in safety will miss his Sonic Wave though, but nevertheless, it is still first blood going all over to the Saigon Jokers.
A very opportunistic death sentence coming in from Vigas here, and it was just everyone stacking in on their crowd controls and that as we go into a replay to see how it happens. So look at right here, Vigas with a very blind death sentence just landed onto BBTY. Everyone stacking their abilities on top of it, and it was first blood going over to Archie. Not worth so much ever since the Season 4 times, but first blood is still first blood. Additional goal is going to help you out a lot in the long run.
Oh, BBTY here just, you know, what's the word? Trying to play or thwart death a little bit here, kind of, you know, poke his head in that war. Didn't even land in the brush, so he has still zero idea, no clue at all if SAJ is still in their bottom half of the map here.
Yep, so starting things in the mid lane. It's going to be the Nidalee going up against Rise.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that all too often now, as now Goni goes ahead to try to contest things off against Akuvoco over here. And now Nyx Warner is here to respond as well. Might see a fight break out.
Oh, there we go. The smite comes in. Equivocal does manage to land that one and pick himself up with the red buff. I was quite worried that we may have seen SAJ start, or at least safety start off with a 3 buff start if, you know, they managed to deny the red buff and put down some poke damage onto Frenzy as well as Equivocal. But nevertheless, it's just going to be the junglers doing that, you know, lateral jungle style. Safety going in, picking up his, or the opponent's red buff, easily picking that one up. We may see a gank in the bot lane immediately once he gets that one done.
Yeah, and I want to say something about Zappy playing Sona here tonight. he usually defaults back to something like a Zyra or something like that. And you know, in this team composition, it would work perfectly fine if you think about it. Hold on now, down in the bottom, you might see actually the catch coming through as well.
Yeah,
Now, BBT are in a
lot
position.
of aggression here, and they should have known that safety was within their own red side jungle. BBTY will go down a second time in this match. I mean, the decision making from IGL Legends, not really much to talk about play by play here. Easy double kill for Archie, and like I said, they should have known that safety would have been in that half of the map, and they shouldn't have gone on the aggressive. As I speak about aggressive, the flash coming out. 2 flashes burns for 1 flash on the Bromasian Olaf here. But nevertheless, you know...
Bromasian Olaf.
Yeah,
I believe it's Brolaf.
Oh, Brolaf, yeah. It's Bromasian Brolaf.
Bromasian Brolaf.
Let's take a look at the replay. Watch this, safety. I mean, safety coming in from the backside here. Nothing much to really say about this. Lands the Tempest, lands the Cripple. Didn't really even need to kind of burn him, slash that if he landed the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, and they channeled all the kills to Archie as well, which is...
That's perfect.
Yeah, which I think is a very dangerous spot now for Legends to come in. And it kind of surprises me as well, because Legends, out of the 2 Insidious gaming teams in the Garena Premier League, they are the team to sort of have a better control in the early game stages. But right now, they're just giving away all this unnecessary kills even to the Saigon Jokers, and that's gonna just kick them in the behind later on.
Hopefully, they're hoping it wouldn't. But I was actually about to say that, you know, Legends are the team that's, you know, compared to, if you want to compare Legends and Rebirth, they're the senpais. I mean,
the senpais.
They've already ran through one season of the GPL. So they are the veterans, they are the more experienced team, and didn't really expect them to make such mistakes here.
So have they noticed you yet?
I don't know. Maybe we'll ask them because they're playing in the far corner of the Garena Stadium. But anyway,
you can ask them later.
The Saigon Jokers. Yes, I will ask them later. But the Saigon Jokers, 5 minutes in this game, have already 3 kills in their name, and all these kills have gone to Archie.
Yeah, and safety once again revisiting down to the bomb lane, and of course that's how you want to take advantage.
Oh, there we go. The death sentence will land, and it's a sentence of death to Zappy. Zappy has nowhere else to run. Once again, the 4th kill of the game goes to Archie. He's now 4-0-0. He's gonna pick up whatever core item he wants as early as he can. Most likely he's gonna be that Blade of the Ruined King.
So 5 minutes in as well, as actually now Goni chases down onto iFrenzy over here. And I was a bit worried at the start on how this Ludo and Olaf matchup is going to play up against each other, but very impressive play from Goni so far. Actually having a CS advantage over Frenzy, who is supposedly the one who can bully out this melee Olaf over here. But, you know, he makes use of those axes time and time again. And of course, he does have the crystalline flask to regen, you know, to get some mana regeneration back up as well. So very good job from Goni so far, of course. If he's able to stay relevant in this early stages, he's going to scale up to be a monster in the late game.
Oh boy, he is.
Breaking out the Bromasian moves and then, you know, just stashing onto the team fight as well. So we'll have to watch out for that. And even in the mid lane, Nixwater zoning Slayer out. It might just go down here as we have a
very untimely pause, I have to say.
No. I have to say this is not a untimely one. This is a very timely one. You know, sometimes you just need to slow down the action. You know, everything is just getting so heated up.
So they took 2 breaths and now the game will resume.
Yeah, that's right. And Nixwater bullying out Slayer in that whole entire exchange as well. Almost a 20 CS lead over Slayer. So if you look at it in that fashion, all the mid to late game skillers for Saigon Jokers have been given all these advantages in the early stages of the game.
Oh,
very
wow.
worrisome sign.
Safety. You really need to work on your Sonic Waves here. You have not landed one this entire game yet.
He doesn't even need to land that.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to. I mean, I don't blame you. You are a blind monk, but still.
Usually I would think that Lee Sin does very well against Twitch, but right now they're on the same team.
Yeah, so you can't really say that
anymore. So.
But he has been helping out his mortal enemy quite a bit. Okay, they're not really mortal enemies, but nevertheless.
Oh yeah, it's the law matchup. Yeah, Thresh going up against Lucian.
Oh yeah, we do have mortal enemies up against each other.
Yeah, and so far Zappy has been keeping quiet, so I guess he's on Zonas. Not too surprising, actually.
So we have the mute on one side and the blind monk on the other.
I wonder what happened to League of Legends and the champions over here.
Do you think there'll be a death champion? Like DEAF, like Hard of Hearing?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Death champion. Because we have a mute champion. Oh yeah, sorry?
Sorry, what?
Come on.
So anyway, back to this game. Actually, Archie putting on some hurt onto BBTY again, constantly making the advantage play
My
through and
goodness.
Goni.
Undertow and reckless swing. This Bromasian here, Brolaf, not giving an inch to Frenzy at all.
Still disappointing though, not playing that pentakill.
I like the Brolaf skin. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think it's the most common.
You can't keep beating the drum on the pentakill Olaf anymore. You're not gonna see it this game.
Yeah. I was about to say that Vigos was in a bit of trouble over here. Equivocal actually making his appearance, but Vigos will be safe for now. And once again, the Brawler forcing off Lulu in his own territory and now Zappy in a bunch of trouble.
Yeah. A lot of damage being traded back and forth, but mainly, you know, Archie here having those item advantages with the Vampiric Scepter and the Longsword on top of the Doran's Blade really gives him the advantage in terms of trading. And of course, Saigon Jokers here just showing so much dominance. Having so much lane pressure and having winning lanes just allows you to kind of bully your lane, counterpart out of lane, send your jungler there and try to pick up a kill. Archie now in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna go sneaky. Will Equivocal Bandit be able to catch up? He's just gonna go in, pops the Cataclysm. Archie is in a whole bunch of trouble this time. He actually gets the heal out and a teleport, but the next water coming in from the side. And now we have Bromacia coming in. The Brolaf gets the Undertow. Will he be able to catch out onto Equivocal once more? Gets the second one, will not land. Is he gonna dive the turret though? Zappy is in a whole bunch of trouble. Reckless swing, Undertow. He takes the Dark Passage right out of that one and drinks a chug of beer and walks out.
That's right, a 2-for-1 exchange at the end of it all, and with the numbers advantage, Saigon Joker's gonna proceed on to the Dragon. But meanwhile, a replay of what went down in the bomb lane. Archie went sneaky, but it's not gonna be enough. The duration did not keep him alive at all, and he pops the heal, but it's all too late as actually Equivocal picks up the shutdown. BBTY extends way too far in enemy territory. Goni wanted to go in for Equivocal, but instead it was Zappy that was the sacrificial lamb.
Goni could have nearly picked himself up a double kill there if he didn't kind of sidestep that minion and threw out his reckless swing. Slayer and Mixed Water, they both have that blue buff. They're gonna have a little bit of an easier time once he hits level 6, but I don't know how much of an easier time if he would get. If, you know, Vigos landed that death sentence, it would definitely have spelled doom, because we did see Archie go into ambush mode and try to get a pick off in the mid lane. Saigon Joker's now 1 and 6, safety camping in there. Brush, and so is Vigos, but no one's just gonna walk through that area just yet. I mean, BBTY and Zappy kind of smell a rat sneaking up to them, and you know, they're just gonna walk away, pick up the double golems, and try to claw their way back into this game as fast as possible. 10 minutes into this game, Archie already has the Blade of the Ring King.
Very scary sign, but I believe he will be under review after this game. 100% of the death count in the game for his team so far. So, you know, you need to really be very careful if you are at a 100% death rate on your team. So I bet the rest of Saigon Jokers are looking at him and, you know, giving him the dirty look that he sort of deserves right now.
Guys, we're trying to go for a perfect game here. What's up?
Yeah, he just spawned it off for everyone 10 minutes in, and yeah, breaking Saigon Joker's perfect plan so far. But that being said, they are at a 3.5 thousand goal ahead of ISG Legends, and everything spells rather disastrous for them so far in this game.
Everything except that the shutdown goal went to Equivocal. And if you want to come back from a game like this, especially this early into this one, you know what Equivocal has to do? Gank the lane as much as possible. And I have to say something. On the game timer now, it's 11-11.
Okay, let's make a wish.
No, IG Legends, you guys need to make a huge wish now.
I bet their wish is to win the game. 2 seconds, 1 second.
Keep making wishes.
Oh, no.
Okay, your time's up. No more wishes for you guys.
Well, they don't have Soraka, so I'm not too sure how the wish is going to be made.
It's okay. It's 11-11. Wishes always happen at 11-11.
Okay. So let's see if Legend do get their wishes come true to try to come back into this game. And, you know, jokes aside, Saigon Jokers, they have been looking very dominant in this game.
Jokes aside.
Yeah, jokes aside.
Oh no, Frenzy and a whole bunch of trouble, has to pop the Wild Growth. Sonic Wave finally landing, gets the flash and the kickback. Frenzy, you're going to go down to those, you know, axes there.
The bro axes, the big swinging bro axes that brings on the swag for Brolaf.
The Braxes?
The what?
You know, bro axes? Braxis? I don't know.
Not everything added with the BR in front makes it Broly, you know.
Why not? I mean, he's Brolaf after all.
Okay.
Let's just go. Everything he does is so, you know.
Okay, so here comes the Demacian face-off of Javan against Olaf.
Brosome, very brosome here. Oh, the teleport coming
battle.
in. Will Goldie be able to pick up the kill onto that one? Oh, just
wow.
nearly. The Hell Picks will actually save Equivocal's life there. And Frenzy with the clutch teleport, preventing that counter kill from Goldie. Goldie just stayed way too long in that area, wasn't able to get away.
Archie sends his thanks to Goni for reducing his death count now to 50%.
Yeah, 50% death contribution to the team.
Yeah.
IG Legends though, still not out of the mud just yet. It's still quite early into this game. Saigon Jokers still with that 3,000 gold advantage, but IG Legends just slowly but surely, you know, making their way back into this game.
Let's see if they will be able to do so. The turret looks like it's going down though. I believe Jokers will be able to pick that up for himself. Once again, propelling and keeping the gold lead in check, 3.5 thousand in. And yeah, we do have a replay to see what goes on over here. It was a very straight up 1v1 fight over here. I thought that Goni should be able to take it with his passive picking on as well, but it looks like the damage over time from the Spirit of the Outlanders actually did a whole load of work. And of course, Frenzy as well with the very clutch shield coming through. Definitely saved Equivocal's life as now Goni chases on.
Misses second undertow, hits the glitter lens though. Will Goni be able to land the third one? That's gonna miss as well. And Frenzy's just gonna walk away. Glittery, glittery, whimsy, and get away with that one. Saigon Jokers, however, they invade the red buff side of IG Legends and pick that one up for himself, passing it to Archie, of course. And they're gonna walk away. Nyx Water there for the backup, preventing any sort of flank coming in from either Equivocal or Slayer at the backside.
Yeah, and something that I have to say, you know, despite the fact that Legends are still down by a good amount of gold, Slayer has came back from their, you know, CS deficit that we have seen earlier. And, you know, it's something that we can comment on because it's not going to be easy to especially do that against one of the most veteran mid laners in the Garena.
Oh boy, I mean, Nyx Water has been here since the inception
the beginning of
the GPL.
Yeah.
And Slayer, you know, like I said, his middle-ly is nothing to scoff at. He's extremely comfortable in that champion. And Vigos was looking for a pick in the bottom lane here. Archie and Vigos really going in safety, making the flank. Will he be able to get it? Again, another pause coming in. May have some connection issues on the side of either SAJ or IG Legends. Not very sure, but so far nothing all too game-breaking. Saigon Jokers, though, doing a very fine job in the early game. Safety, being proactive, always making those picks, trying to get behind the enemy lines and use that Dragon Rage kick to kind of reposition them and get them in a very precarious position.
Yeah, I did get one of those up in the top lane as well onto Frenzy earlier on. And, you know, now that we have this little pause that's going on, I just want to quickly comment on these two teams and how they've been playing on so far.
All right.
If you look at Saigon Jokers and their first week of the gameplay in the summer split, they have been looking a bit wonky. And if you look at the second week now, as compared to their sister team, Saigon Fantastic 5, I feel like they have, gotten their chemistry together once again. You know, now with multiple ex-Saigon Fantastic 5 members of Goni, Nyx Water, as well as Vigos, I believe. So, in that sense, they have put together a very effective team composition and exploiting the early game advantages one after another. Whereas on the side of Legends, they need to do a lot more work because in that game against Hyper Assassins, they had a very strong early game advantages, but right now, they're just giving everything away from, to the Jokers right now. And if you look at some of their match histories, they are not known to be one of those teams to make those great comebacks. So I'm not too sure what's the definitive game plan here, but they need a lot more picks from the ones that we have seen from before.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if we take a look at Legends and their team composition, they have a utility AP top laner in the form of Lulu, who can provide a lot of spells, especially in the late game, depending on how Frenzy is going to build that champion. Equivocal for good engage. BBTY for decent amount of siege and poke and burst damage as a champion. Zappy can go in for the disengage or the engage with Crescendo. And Slayer, you know, really in the middle lane with the middle-ly, trying to put on as much poke damage as possible. Even try to help with that siege potential coming in. So, what IG Legends have here as a team comp is something that, you know, is well-rounded, but doesn't really specialize in all too much. Equivocal goes in, tries to get the Dragon Smite off, but Why would you try to go in on that? I mean,
you know, A for effort. You sometimes you
no,
just
no,
have
no,
to do
no.
it.
No vision. Going in blind. No, you're not Lee Sin, you're not a blind monk, so no.
Yeah, I didn't spell that out all too well, as now Saigon Jokers, oh, move to the mid lane, the crescendo comes through, instantly flashed away from Nixwater.
That wouldn't have hit anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it would hit. And, you know, Nixwater just, you know, with that reassurance there, just wanting to flash out of that one.
Yeah, and Archie actually sneaking
for a
in. Yeah, sneaking in, trying to look for a pick, but instead he did find BBT1 and Zeppy. He's not going to go 1v2. I mean, he's pretty strong right now, having that very early Blade of the Ruin King, but I don't think, given his competitive experience, that he want to go in a numbers disadvantage.
Yeah, he wouldn't. I mean, in addition to that, BBCY has already completed the Bloodthirster, so that isn't really a wise decision if they decide to go in. Nixwater, though, just dealing as much damage as possible to that mid lane turret. That's going to go down with in a while, and we have Goni here popping his undertow, using that one. Safety from the flank, gets in with the flash, I believe. Going in with the resonating strike. One more execute will be enough. It's going to be that reckless, not reckless swing, but the undertow to pick that one up. Oh, we have Vigos here coming from the back. Sneaky coming back in. Equivocal taking a whole bunch of damage. Archie here, the rat-a-tat-tat, flashes over the wall. Tries to pick up Equivocal. BBCY in the back line. Goes in, gets the flank, and kills off Vigos.
Very close moment, and actually the fight is not over. Safety is coming in to join them.
Oh my goodness. Slayer here landing all those spears, dealing so much damage as the team of Saigon Jokers walk in. So good play there by IG Legends. They didn't lose anyone, but instead they pick up 2 kills in the form of Nixwater as well as Vigos. Let's take a look at a replay here. Yeah,
we actually saw Nixwater going down at the entire time that Frenzy was dueling 2v1 up in the top lane. It was a very long and extended gang, but finally Slayer and Equivocal found the breakthrough. And then here comes Vigos, looking for the death sentence, not landing, and something that I want to point out over here. Equivocal takes a whole chunk of damage, but he didn't dodge away from the damage from the rat-a-tat-tat, even though he flashed over the wall. Archie had complete vision onto him, which means that he could steal the extended range to deal damage onto Equivocal. And if he had only stayed around for 1 or 2 seconds longer, he would have definitely gone down to Archie in that exchange.
That's right, he had the vision. He could have used the rat-tat-tat to try to deal as much damage as possible, but still, he decides to flash over that wall, and now, that just was quite a sloppy fight there coming up from Saigon Jokers overall. They did manage to, a minute later pick up the mid lane outer turret, so Saigon Jokers still holding on to that gold lead. It's now at about 5,000 gold. ISG Legends just continue to bleed turrets, continue to bleed a few kills, and continue to bleed those dragons.
Yeah, I want to just quickly offer up this theory now that we have this little bit of downtime. In an alternate universe.
In an alternate universe.
Yeah, in an alternate universe.
In an AU, okay.
If Legends have been able to keep ahead of this game, or even keep even against the Saigon Jokers, then I would have to say that this team comp is actually very good. But right now, back to this world, back to this reality. Frenzy getting caught out.
Frenzy getting caught out, like you said, and then we saw the execute from Archie, I believe, with the with the contaminate now.
Yeah.
We really prefer the expunge word, but never mind.
Just like
let's listen to Riot. Just like how you like spray and pray.
Yeah. I actually come to
come to terms.
Come to terms with the rat-a-tat-tat.
The rat-a-tat-tat.
Remember how I say that every time you have attack speed items on Twitch, with the rat-a-tat-tat, you just add more T's.
Okay.
So it becomes rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Well, how many
however
that you
many
like?
T's you want to add. Okay. That works. That works. So you and rat-a-tat-tat have shaken hands and made do, huh?
Yeah, and of course it comes from the stinkiest champion from League of Legends as well.
Oh, stinky.
Yeah.
There should be a skin in which instead of him saying stinky, he says stinky.
Then how would Sneaky from Cloud9 play it then?
Just don't.
Don't
use that.
You rarely
don't use that skin.
Well, I mean that works, but what if he likes the skin then?
Then get Sneaky to change his name then.
From Sneaky to Stinky?
Yeah, sure.
Cloud9 Stinky with Cloud9 Lemonation.
Yeah. Stinky Lemon. It's the Stinky Lemon name.
Oh my goodness.
Or the Stinky Nation name. Why is that not going to work?
This is
awesome.
This is going all so wrong now.
Why is it wrong? I love this kind of pairing.
Alright, so anyway, back to the whole alternate dimension thing. If Legends have
in an alternate universe, Goni will be using the Pentakill Olaf
Yes,
skin.
he will be using that skin. And if Legends were able to, in that alternate dimension...
And because of that, SAJ is losing, right, in the alternate
yes,
dimension.
yes. And if you look at it in that manner, then...
Okay, yeah, you were saying that the team comp is strong. The team comps from Legend is strong. Like, explain to me why, Chris.
Okay, because if you look at it in that way, Olaf needs to dash up to you, and Mixed Water needs to dash up to you as well. So it means that the counter-engage potential from the Crescendo will be extremely strong. Sure, you know, Olaf can break out of that Crescendo by using the ultimate, but in that sense, there's still that threat that you need to deal with that. And of course, for Nidalee as well, who can still siege up against you by using those javelins, toss that to your face, and if you have no effective way to close the gap, then it becomes a problem. So if that was the case, then they would just need to watch out for safety and for Vigors as well. But right now, Saigon Joker still firmly in control in this game. 6,000 goalie, having 4 turrets advantage as well. So things are looking very, very grim for Legends in this game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, IG Legends here, like I said, continues to lose gold or allow Saigon Jokers to gain that gold here. We may see a flank come in from Vigors, but good play here. They 5-man the mid lane, and IG Legends now just trying to take that mid lane turret. Will they get caught by a flank here by the Brolaf? Doesn't seem like that's the case. Dragon is now live. Saigon Jokers will be happy to just pick that one up easily with their AD carry mid lane, and of course safety coming in with the smite.
That's right, very simple play, and this is just Saigon Jokers hanging on to their dominance, and we have seen that in the previous splits of the Garena Premier League. Whenever Saigon Jokers find this sort of goal leads, they usually are able to hang on to it, and traditionally they will be able to close up the games very, very quickly. They are a much more decisive teams than most of these other teams that come into the Garena Premier League. So I expect to see some more fights being picked up for them, but the control from Saigon Jokers is something that is standing out right now. They are not over-committing to anything. They just you know, go for one of those turrets, and then they back off, they go and buy, and then re-establish what control, and then go for another objective again. Yeah,
I mean, the idea here with the Saigon Jokers team comp is to get just as fat as possible so that your Brolaf can just run through anyone, so that Mixed Water can become so tanky and deal so much damage. Oh, Slayer actually forced to flash out of that one. Zappy and the back line, and safety actually gets caught out here by Equivocal. He will use the wall jump to get away. The Culling though makes his full damage. That flash is not going to get you anywhere. Flashing straight will not prevent the damage from the Culling at all. Zappy here might be looking for a slow. Actually gets a slow with the power cord, forcing Vigors to pop that box. The comeback potential from IG Legends is showing itself right now. Goni with the teleport. Will they continue with this one? Zappy does not have the crescendo anymore. Goni actually taking that side step backwards, forcing the flash over the wall. And SAJ here, you know, losing 2 members. IG Legends quite happy to kind of continue with that fight.
It's not too bad of a pickup for IG Legends, because if you look at it, at the end of the day, they did take out 1 turret, and then they found this 2-for-1 exchange. And if they're able to continually find this fight where they get 1 or 2 extra items, then it's gonna come back into their favor. But now, if you look at the replay over here, Frenzy got picked off right off the bat, so no wild growth, no glare lens, no anything at all to sustain himself, to keep himself back on. And then look at this over here, Vigors gets picked off, so 1 more kill going over to the AD carry. BBC is going to be very happy to pick that up for himself. And look at this little bit of juke over here, as Equivocal actually wants to jump in onto Goni, but he anticipated and just preemptively flashed over the wall.
Yeah, that's right. So here we have IG Legends, you know, still with that, let's take a look, 6.5 thousand gold deficit, but you know, they are still trying to make some plays, still trying to come back into this game, but Saigon Jokers just have that superior map control, and let's just see how this, you know, game plays out. If Slayer can continually chunk those spears and chunk the health of the Saigon Jokers, we could see IG Legends use Frenzy with the Whimsy to speed as many people as possible. Zappy with that, you know, the E.
Yes.
Speed boost. I'm not very good at music, so I was trying to think of the terms, but I can't.
How about the fast song?
The fast song? I don't think it's a fast song though. It starts with a D. At least I think it starts with a D.
Yeah, you can give nicknames to some of the abilities,
yeah,
I guess.
Can,
suppose so. Like
so
your
okay,
pet
so
name.
if E is the fast song, then what's Q?
It's the pentakill song.
But he's not using a pentakill skin.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
So what's W? Song of Serenity.
It's the soothing song.
Okay. That works.
I'm gonna get flamed so hard for not knowing her abilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know sometimes you
I feel very bad. I mean, Sona has not appeared for so long, and I'm like, oh, we have I think it's the Luna skin.
Oh wow.
SAJ here trying to set up for a pick though, and iFrenzy has the teleport up. Will be sent to the bottom lane, but now SAJ decides to assert control over the dragon. Vigos now using their sweeper to clear off the wards there. Teleport coming in from the side of Zebi a little bit too early, I feel. They did manage to split up Saigon Jokers 4-1. Nixwater is at the back lines. IG Legends just want some control over the Baron area, clearing up as many wards as possible after the lanes are kind of pushed. So now they can go back to their lanes, prevent Saigon Jokers from doing any Baron shenanigans this early in this game. And, you know, they did lose a teleport. They did have to use the teleport summoner spell with no real effect other than preventing the Baron.
Yeah, and if you look at the risk for Saigon Jokers over there as well, if they decided to just hang around the Baron pit all too long, it actually sets up a potential big fight for IG Legends because of the crescendo, possibly locking out 5 members, or even the Cataclysm as well is going to be able to be very effective in that very small area around the Baron pit. And that's also goal time for Frenzy to deal tons of damage using the Glitter Lance, and of course BBT, even using the Carling even to deal tons of damage.
Yeah, that's right. So quite quiet so far these past few minutes outside of that, you know, messy fight in the mid lane. Saigon Jokers and ISG Legends really trying to assert vision control over the Baron area. Slayer can quite easily check with those bushwhacks as well as using those javelin tosses going into the fog of war there, but you know, he's gonna go to Cougar form, leap into the lane and try to clear off and push the wave as far as possible. But like I said, Saigon Jokers quite happy to let this game kind of continue on because they do have very good champions that scale into the late game.
Yeah, that's right. And now that we have this little time to talk about it, oh, hold on, Safety might actually get a catch on to BBTY as both of them just meeting around the jungler, and we have applause.
Yeah, we do have the pause. Is
Yeah.
this the patch in which Ardent Blaze got his AD ratio reduced? I
Not
believe
yet.
Oh, that's the 4 point.
Yeah, that's the 4.10 patch.
Okay.
So, anyway, for our viewers who have just joined us on the stream, this is the Garena Premier League where we have the 2 Group A teams facing off against each other. ISG Legends going up against Saigon Jokers. And incidentally, if ISG Legends were to make a epic return to this game, they would have tied things up with the Jokers in the
groups.
Yeah, in the
Group
group
A
standings.
standings.
Yeah, but right now it looks like Saigon Jokers have a very good control of the game so far, and it's going to be quite paramount for the Legends to come back in this one. But I'm not saying that it is impossible with this team composition. If they can get a good 5-man crescendo into a 5-man Cataclysm, and then with BBT just dealing tons of damage by the side, it is
Get a
entirely
5-man knockup
possible.
from iFrenzy as well.
Yeah, it must be 5-man.
It has to be the 5-man. The 5-man sandwich.
The
anyway.
5-man spears. Wait,
Oh
what?
yeah, 5-man spears.
How's that possible?
The spear will do a magic trick, split into 5 different pieces, and just, you know, I headshot everyone.
Are you playing the same game as I am?
I don't know, am I?
Looks like you're not,
No,
but
I don't think I am.
if that actually happens,
Riot,
Billy
please,
will be perma-banned.
Riot, please make a skill like that.
Permanently banned. It would be devastating.
You know it's
if
like
that happens.
Vel'Koz's Q, in which when you hit the button, it's, you know, it splits at a perpendicular angle. But this time you throw a projectile and it kind of spirals into 5 different projectiles.
I cannot imagine that in the
No,
worst
you
of my
can't, you
nightmares.
can't.
I would
I
not
can now.
I would not like to face off against Nidalee.
No, I
in that
wouldn't. No,
matchup.
no, not Nidalee, like another champion.
Oh,
Like
okay.
different champion.
Well, you already have Vel'Koz and you already have Nidalee, so
Yeah, but this time, you know, when you press Q again, it splits into 5 different projectiles.
oh, okay, okay.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah. That would be quite dangerous
It would.
with all these projectiles flying all over the map.
Oh boy, it would.
Not
One
even
win,
the wind wall will save you.
one
if it's
wind wall
coming
will be
from-
enough
Yeah.
just one win wall.
So, anyways, back into this game, Saigon Jokers took out the not the Baron, sorry, the Dragon for themselves, and
Once again,
yeah,
I have
it's
to add. It's the
so far
third-
in the
third dragon.
matches that we have seen today. Usually, the team that gets the first dragon, they abuse the timing, and they have been, you know, maintaining dragon control from there as well, and even
It's-
from Bangkok Titans.
It's interesting because, you know, the idea here with Dragon Control is that you really want to kind of try to get the timing, and when you lose control of the Dragon, it just means you lose control of the vision within their area, because you can kind of preempt when a team is starting to walk towards Dragon or Baron as long as you have vision. So that kind of tells me that IG Legends don't really have a good grasp of the vision in this game so far.
Yep, and they only had the chance to sort of play very defensive wardings over here, but they do not have any sort of vision once it extends a certain point off the map, and we might see actually a catch come through here. Safety going in with the Sonic Wave, not landing.
He's not one of those, sniper kind of characters. Oh wow, we do see the Talisman of Ascension being used here. Nothing all too much happening, because the wave clear from Saigon Jokers is quite strong. They need to, the wave clear from IG Legends is quite strong, and the Saigon Jokers really doing a fantastic job of just sidestepping those javelin tossers coming in.
Yeah.
Not seen Slayer actually land one of those just yet.
I guess the reason why Saigon Jokers are so hesitant to go in on this one is, you look at their team composition, they have a awful siege when it comes to it.
Oh boy, yes, they have. They have a god-awful siege. I mean, Olaf can't really do much, doesn't have all too much wave clear. Safety on Lee Sin, they're not doing a whole bunch. I mean, Nick's Water on Rise as well, the same thing. And Twitch is like really at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to sieging. Oh.
I think second worst as compared to Graves, if I'm not wrong.
Debatable, but we may see a flank coming.
Yeah, this is a point where now Saigon Jokers have sort of found this cluster against IG Legends. Let's see if they will be able to find a catch over here. Might see the fire break out. There we go.
And then we see a whole bunch of messiness coming in. Goldie trying to dive the backlines, tanking out as many members as possible. First one to go down will be equivocal. A four-man crescendo coming in. Let's see, Zappy gets caught up by the Root Prison, uses that one. Safety flies back in, gets killed by the Undertow. Goldie picks up the kill onto Zappy on Sonar. BBCY needs to flash out of that one. Vigos tries to get a hook from the side, but just gets completely deleted. BBTY, with the help of Frenzy now, trying to soak up as much damage as possible, nearly got bursted down. The help picks really saved his life there.
That was a very good team fight coming out of ISG Legends, in fact. We might not see the team fight be over yet, because Slayer almost got caught out by Next Water over at that location over there, and the Javelin not landing as well. So yeah, I was about to say that was not too bad of a fight for ISG Legends, given the fact that they are quite behind, and also for the fact that it was only a 2-for-2. And actually, we will have a replay to see what happened over here. If we look closely to
there's something going on live though. Slayer actually getting caught out by Archie with the sneaky. Gets the shutdown with the red buff. BBTY now getting caught out by Nick's Water. He actually escapes with his life. Will the turnaround happen? Nick's Water getting chased by Equivocal and the Wild Growth. He actually uses the Flag Lance combo to go back, and Frenzy picking up the kill onto Nick's Water. SAJ really stayed there for way too long.
Exactly the case over there, and in the end trading 2 for 1 as well. And Legends definitely capitalizing on all this, nitpicking mistakes that Saigon Jokers have. So finally coming back to the replay. Hopefully we don't see any fights that break out.
Oh, we actually do see a fight break out live. And there we go. Which one shall we look at here? Vigos gets caught out. Vigos, you're gonna go down. The Cataclysm now will just land, and Safety just uses the safeguard to get away from this one. Now we have a man advantage, or at least a 2-man advantage for ISG Legends. Safety in the backline. He's going to try to make a few plays, or try to make the play of the game here, because ISG Legends really trying to swing the entire momentum back in their favor. The Sonic Wave is not going to hit. I mean, how do you not hit that? Everyone is in the Baron Pit Safety.
Goldie coming around.
Goldie going in. He had to check how much health the Baron had left. And if Safety goes down here, IG Legends have a free Baron. But Goldie just deals so much damage. Oh wow, he gets a triple kill. Will he continue? Archie wants to come back for the cleanup. Slayer there trying to run away, has the help picks to kind of help him out. Archie just, clearing out the pink ward. And oh my goodness, Goldie just dealing so much damage. He has the Randuin's Omen, has a Sunfire Cape, and the Spirit Visage. He just tanked up so much damage. He lifestealed back so much health, and he got a triple kill. Just one man. He was really like Rambo in that one.
Yeah, and definitely swinging back to Saigon Joker's favor. And I'm not going to take this one, because I sort of always jinx it, so go ahead.
Let's see. Look at Goldie just doing so much damage, and he kind of focuses his attention onto BBTY because BBTY is the one that's going to be dealing as much damage as he can. You know, first one, the Reckless Swing coming in. Equivocal now is his next target. Don't want to give the smite to Saigon Jokers, and there we go, picking up the triple kill in that one. And of course, Archie, if he actually had a little bit more mana, he could have gone in to try to get as many auto attacks as possible.
So we actually saw what happened as well is that Goni was able to bring himself back up just because of how tanky he is, and this is the late game threat that we were sort of discussing about as well. If you're unable to deal with one single member of Saigon Jokers, how are you going to kill up against 5 of them, especially with the late game scaling Rise and with Archie playing that Twitch as well?
I have to kind of remind the viewers that Goni had help from a purple worm in Summoner's Rift as well. I mean, IG Legends just took so much damage from the Baron, and now Frenzy getting caught out here. The Tempest will not land though, and nice Wild Growth will allow Frenzy to try to get away from this one. He's gonna flash away, turn around, use the Glitter Lance, and you know, because of the time that he actually took to kind of pull both safety as well as Nyx Water up into the lane, that gives so much time for IG Legends to just easily pick this one up. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
the
wow!
steal from Goni! That true damage from the Reckless Swing gives SAJ the free Baron buff. Equivocal was unable to smite that one. Both AD carries are going to go down to this one, and Goni really is the most valuable player of this match. Earlier we saw him deny the Baron from IG Legends with a triple kill. This time he runs in and just uses a Reckless Swing to completely destroy that Baron there.
Yeah, player's just gonna go down here. It's a long and extended chase, but Nyx Water finally sealing the nail on the coffin over here. And look at Goni, he doesn't even care. He's just gonna siege up into the mid lane.
Yeah, let's
and
watch
here
this fight.
comes GPL big plays.
Boom! There we go, bro. Marcia for you right there. Goni really just doing so much work in the Baron pit, and that just really turned the entire game around. And you know, Saigon Jokers here, with the death timer so extremely high, if we take a look at what's happening on the live screen, they will take out the inhibitor turret as well as the inhibitor as this chase kind of goes on. Nice, you know, sidestep here by Nyx Water with that lantern pull into the roof.
Yep, that's right. And you know, for that little Baron steal play for Goni over here, I will forgive him for not playing the Pentakill Olaf skin. And like you mentioned, you know, definitely the MVP for his team, 8, 3, and 6, completing a whole bunch of tanky items and then finally finishing up with the Maul of Malmultilus over here.
I love Maul of Malmultilus on Olaf. I mean, it just gives him all the stats that he needs. He wants to pick out a little bit of magic resist, will be able to pick that one up. And of course, the shield from that, you know, the spell shield coming in to soak out all the additional magic damage is based on the overall health of that champion, and Olaf just loves to build health anyway.
Yeah. Speaking about items, let's point to Nyx Water.
What's so interesting about his items, Chris?
I was staring at you for
You're
that.
staring at me, but the viewers can't see, so I asked the question first. Bam. Okay, fine.
Do you not see the spell
Fine,
blade?
I do see this. It's not a spell blade though.
Oh, really?
It's the gun blade.
Oh, yeah, fine. Yeah, okay.
Shots fired.
I think it's because of the fact that we do see so much more spell blades in the game.
Yeah, we do.
With the Frost Queen's claim, so my apologies, I got it mixed up.
Yes,
Yeah, but it's the gun blade.
Hextech Gunblade. They need more Hextech items in the game. I mean, whoever's creating these Hextech items isn't really earning much because no one buys Hextech items anymore. It's like so last year.
Yeah. Last year? Or is it 2012? Season 2.
This is an expression.
Okay, fine. So we're back to this game. Saigon Jokers picking up the Baron buff for themselves after that epic steal. They're out by 13,000 gold.
Yeah, they are up by 13,000 gold indeed. I mean, if we go back to that Hex Blade, or the Gun Blade, sorry, that gives Nyx Water the additional chasing power. He's not going to benefit all too much from the attack damage the Hex Blade actually gives. But overall, you know, the fact that he gains move speed from the Rise ultimate, and at the same time, he has the chasing potential with the slow, and the spell vamp on top of what he already has innately, is just going to make him able to chase down any target and stick to them. And if he's able to duel before without the additional spell vamp, he's going to duel even harder with the additional spell vamp.
This might just be the final push, and as I speak of that, Archie just takes a javelin to the face.
He's just gonna life steal it back with a, like, you know, in an instant actually. Look at that.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the Baron buff though, and if that javelin actually landed, I would have been sure that Archie would just go down.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it just felt to me that, you know, Saigon Jokers here experiencing a little bit of internet troubles or something, and it's really amazing that if that's the case, they've been playing an exceptional game despite all these problems.
Yeah, and actually let's wait for the technical difficulties to be resolved over here, and we're gonna do this little ritual that I sort of established with J-Storm as well, because while we're talking about how some of the teams do not have the most secure internet connections, then I say I wish that I was Magneto so that I can channel the power of the internet service provider over so that they can finish this game off.
Is that how it works?
I hope it works, because they're now back in the game.
They are. At least you channeled some power.
Yeah.
To me, if I were to have a superpower that benefits the GPL,
yes,
it will be space manipulation.
Why?
I'd bring all the teams right into the Garena Stadium.
Why did I not think of that?
Internet is so awesome. And we just do that. I mean, BBTY now.
Oh wow, getting instigate by Safety over there.
He's just gonna go down. The Cataclysm and the box.
Everything
that's for just cool effects right there. iFrenzy being taken down by Safety. This is the final push of the game, Chris. Saigon Jokers here will pick up this long and drawn out game. Whoa, Safety actually flies all the way in and gets a safeguard back. Both Nexus turret will go down. And of course, the Nexus is going to follow. The Death Sentence isn't going to miss. Slayer will get hit by a whole bunch of spells, but he's going to survive because the Nexus has gone down. Game number 2 of the night will go to Saigon Jokers as they beat out ISG Legends.
So at the start of the game, we saw a very dominant control for the Saigon Jokers. And in the mid stages of the game, you know, we had a lot of things that we were talking about, but essentially they had a bit of hiccups. And ISG Legends were able to sort of capitalize on that to try to pull themselves back into the game. When they went for the Baron Pit, we did see the hero come through as we saw Goni with a very epic Baron steal over there. So with that, Saigon Jokers will pick up the win against ISG Legends, so they will put themselves third on the table. And you know, ISG Legends, I have to give them the props to them, because in that sense they were playing in a very big disadvantageous position, but they just hang on to that. They just held on to their mental resolve, and then they just continued to play on to the game. They found some good opportunities, but unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it was already so tough for BBTY as well as Zappy to kind of lane against a 4-0 Twitch in that lane. And then after that, Goni just got kind of out of control in the late game of it, and he just kind of walked in and just destroyed the team, the triple kill, preventing the very first Baron attempt by ISG Legends. And subsequently, the next attempt, even though I believe it was Zappy, no, it wasn't Zappy, it was Frenzy that actually pulled Nyx Water and Safety to the bottom lane, the lane furthest away from Baron. And ISG Legends used that as a signal to start the Baron. Olaf just went in and just wrecked FaZe. I mean, the amount of damage or the amount of true damage that it does is effectively a mini smite, and the fact that Equivocal was not able to kind of pull off that smite was really the downfall of, you know, ISG Legends, and that kind of really cemented the win for the Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, and also not to forget for the fact that ISG Legends were playing with a sub as well, and Fancy played pretty well in the game overall. But you know, in that sense, you might have a little mismatch of team chemistry, and that might be also for one of the reasons why ISG Legends weren't able to sort of pull the early game, which we would have seen them do so in most of the other games that they have performed so far.
You are right. So that will be it for game number 2. We will be right back because we have 2 more exciting matches ahead of us now, and of course, do stay tuned. We'll be just going for a quick break. We will be right back.